Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here, and welcome back to the Universe mode. Now, you guys have been on at me for quite a while now because I had to stop my original Universe mode due to starting a new job and being really short of time. So we are going to start a new Universe mode here. We're going to have to compromise a little bit on the length of some of the videos, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Essentially, what we're going to do in this Universe mode is we're going to have 4 separate shows. And that is going to be these. We're going to have Nitro, Raw, Thunder, and Smackdown. So these 4 brands are all going to run sort of parallel. We're going to have 2 pay-per-views every single month. And in those pay-per-views, 2 of the brands will share. It's been pretty good, actually. In the pay-per-views, we will have 3 matches from each show and then 1 inter-promotional match. But we'll get into that a little bit later as well. Yeah, I'm not going to go over the top and try and make this a proper one where we're going to have WCW people on Raw and WCW people on Nitro and Thunder and so forth. I'm essentially just going to draw a draft from all of the people on the game, including DLC, NXT, Legends. Everyone is going to be involved in this draft, and we can end up with some really interesting rosters. So that is basically what this video is going to be. This video is going to be the draft. Now, as you can see, it doesn't like the game at the moment because I've got nobody in any of the rosters, which is why I had to have the WWE on a Saturday, just to have all the names in there. But yeah, let's get cracking with this draft. Now, we're going to go through 4 different parts of this draft. The first part is going to be male single stars. Then it's going to be tag teams. Then it will be stables, and then we'll do the women as well. So it'd be interesting because some of the people you might be expecting to come out of the draft might not come out in the male singles because they may be involved in a tag team. Or, for example, Edge and Christian are going to be drafted as a tag team. But obviously the brand that gets Edge and Christian are going to get themselves 2 potential world champions, I suppose. So let's open. I've actually written everyone's name down a hat. You can hear I've written everyone's name down on a piece of paper and screwed them up and put them in a hat. So make this a bit more random for me as well. The first draft is going to go to Nitro, then it's going to be Raw, then it's going to be Smackdown, and then it's going to be Thunder. And of course, as we're drafting, we'll go through and put them all into the correct roster as well. So I'm just going to smush up these pieces of paper. Now the first name coming out, being drafted to Monday Night Nitro, is going to be the Big Red Machine, Kane. Interesting first draft pick. It could have been worse. And you probably see a few names as we whiz through here that I've added. Obviously, I've downloaded quite a few people to add in there as well. So Kane, do we put Kane 2001 in there? I think we do, you know. Let's put Masked Kane in there. And he is now going to be on Nitro. Excellent. So our first draft pick is done. Who is going to be the second? Who's going to be going to Monday Night Raw? Let me put Kane in that pot there. So, going to Monday Night Raw is going to be Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Again, it could have been worse. But there's some big names in here, and they probably would have been hoping for one of those. So, Ricky Steamboat going to Raw. Now, the first name going to Smackdown is going to be... I've been looking forward to this draft for ages, you know. Or the first name going to Smackdown is a big name. It is going to be Sting. So Sting is going to be on Smackdown. That's a big name for Smackdown. Which Sting do we use? Do we use old Sting or do we use... Let's use the up-to-date Sting. For Smackdown. No, it's not Smackdown, is it? It is Smackdown, yeah. Is it Smackdown? No, I've got them mixed up, haven't I? It's not Smackdown, it's Thunder. It's actually Thunder. It should be Thunder. There we go. So, Sting is in Thunder. I've messed it up again. There we go. So, Sting is in Thunder. That's a big one for Thunder. A WCW legend. Right, next one out of the hat. The first name going to Smackdown is going to be... a little bit of a disappointing pick for Smackdown, I would imagine, but he's still a very good wrestler. One of my favourites at the world. It's Rich Swann. One of the new guys signed to NXT this year, and he's going into Smackdown. Don't know what he's going to do at Smackdown. Maybe he'll be involved in the mid-card, not entirely sure. Now, the second name going to Monday Night Nitro is going to be... Oh, it's a big one. It's a very big one. It's a return... Someone that I've had to download to put into this game Trying to build up the suspense as much as I can as I go up there. It's CM Punk. CM Punk is joining Nitro alongside Kane. It's a big, big pick, that is. And a potential world champion there in CM Punk as well. Right, the second name going to Raw is going to be the Big Boss Man. So Raw starting things off with two legends in Ricky Steamboat and the Big Boss Man. Where are we? Big Boss Man. Affiliated show at Monday Night Raw and take off of Undrafted. Now the second name going to be joining Sting on Thursday Night Thunder is going to be somebody very, very close to the Big Boss Man. It's Bad News Barrett. So two very good picks for Thunder. Sting and Barrett, two potential world champions. Now we go into Smackdown. And Smackdown are going to be getting Rikishi. So another big, big name for Smackdown. I'm going to lose track as we go through this of who's got who, aren't we, really? But we will do a, at the end, we'll go through and look at all the rosters as well. Actually, we'll probably do that as a separate video. We'll do the draft and then we'll go off into the separate rosters and we'll do an introduction video to them all, showing you all the tag teams and champions and things like that. So that's going to be pretty good. Right. Name number 3 going to Nitro is going to be a man that did work in WCW. And of course, that is going to be Lex Luger. Wonder what impact Lex Luger is going to have on Nitro. He's got pretty good stats. He's an 87, which will probably put him around about the upper mid-card championship. We'll have a look at the championships in that little preview episode as well. Now, the next name to go to Raw is going to be a disappointing pick for Raw, I should imagine. They would have wanted, with some of the big names still in the hat, they would have wanted one of them, but they're going to have R-Truth. So that's R-Truth going to Monday Night Raw. So that's Raw now with Big Boss Man, Ricky Steamboat, and R-Truth. So no real big names there at the moment. Now the next name going to Thunder is going to be another returning person on this game. It's going to be Carlito. So Carlito Colon. Alright, there you are. Is going to be joining Thunder. Now, the next person to join the Smackdown roster. Oh, a piece of paper's jumped out, so it's going to be you. And a bit Smackdown, I'm hoping it wasn't going to be this guy. But it's the Honky Tonk Man. The Honky Tonk Man is going to Smackdown. Now, Honky Tonk Man may not be great on this game. He's only a 58, but sorry, a 78, should I say. But he was a former Intercontinental Champion, so you never know. We might be able to do something else with him. So next, joining Nitro. The fourth name to join Nitro. Oh, it's a big one, and Nitro are loving this draw so far. And it's going to give us a fantastic feud. One that I've recently done in one of my random matches. As, Nitro have drawn Samoa Joe. Big draw. Nitro is looking like an incredible roster. CM Punk and Samoa Joe already. Oh, God. Right, so next person to join Monday Night Raw is going to be another legend. They've not had any sort of up-to-date big names so far. They're going to get Haku. So a very interesting one. Haku, there we go. Joining Monday Night Raw. So the next name to join Thunder is going to be this one here. Oh, Thunder's got a good one here. Thunder has got a very good one here. Thunder are going to be taking the currently injured star. Hopefully we'll see him back pretty soon. Randy Orton. So Thunder are doing quite well. As are Nitro. Both the old WCW brands are doing very well. Now, next name out of the hat. Going to be joining Smackdown. Oh, it's going to be a return to the game. Now, with some of these draws, we are gonna have various versions of the same person on this game. In some cases. So, in the case of Mick Foley, Cactus Jack, Dude Love, and Mankind will all be drawn, but they must end up on different rosters. And it's going to be the same with this guy right here, Cody Rhodes. So Cody is joining the Smackdown roster, which means Stardust can still be drawn, but he cannot be drawn to Smackdown. So let me make a note of Cody is in Smackdown. Interesting, very interesting. So, next name out of the hat and going to Nitro. Nitro have had some big pulls so far. Who's going to be the next one they're going to get? Oh, it's another massive pull for Nitro. This is going to be an incredible brand, Nitro. I'm looking forward to this already. It is KO, Kevin Owens. So we have got Owens, Joe, and CM Punk all in the same brand. There's going to be a power struggle on that roster, I tell you. Right, the next one, and joining Raw, is going to be Goldust. Now, R-Truth went to... I'm losing track already. Did R-Truth go to Raw? Well, if he did, we've got a potential another tag team here as well in the Golden Truth. We have got quite a few tag teams to be drawn. We'll have a look at them as we go through into the next part of the draw. There are a lot of tag teams. Next one going to Thunder is going to be another returning star. Somebody who could really dominate the upper mid-card picture and even go for the championship as well. It's going to be Rob Van Dam. So Thunder's going to be quite happy with what they've got so far, I think. Nitro's going to be very happy. I think Raw are going to be a little bit disappointed so far. And SmackDown, I've had an even sort of time. But the next name is SmackDown's, and it is a very good one. Somebody that we're going to see at the very top of that show, I'm pretty sure. And it's going to be a man who also made his debut at NXT TakeOver Dallas a few days ago. It's going to be Mr. Austin Aries, the greatest man that ever lived, is joining SmackDown. So that's a big name for them. Big name. Right, so next name out the hat and going to Nitro. Is it going to be another big one? It's not going to be a big one, but it is going to be a very good wrestler. Somebody who could go for the upper mid-card championship. It's going to be the other version of Cody Rhodes. It's going to be Stardust. So Stardust going to Nitro. Where are you, Stardust? I hope you're enjoying this and it's not taking too long. I know it's because I'm doing this at the same time. It's sort of building the suspense, I suppose. So next name coming out for Monday Night Raw is going to be... Ooh, an interesting one. Again, they were hoping for some more bigger names, but this one could be a big potential wrestler in the future. Somebody signed to NXT at the moment. Not really had a lot to do in NXT, but he's looked quite good in the couple of matches he has been there. And that, of course, is Christopher Gerrard, or Biff Busick, if you will. So he is joining Monday Night Raw. The next name for Thunder is going to be... Ooh, it's going to be Sheamus. So again, another potential champion there for Thunder. Thunder's doing really well out of this draft so far. So Sheamus, where are you? There you are. Sheamus is now going to be on Thunder. Very interesting. Oh, I nearly knocked my pot off of names over there. That would have been embarrassing. So the next person going to SmackDown is going to be another guy from NXT. Somebody that I don't believe they've actually signed yet, but they have been putting him over quite a bit of recent, and that is Tommaso Ciampa. A really nice guy, Tommaso Ciampa. He's a bit of a nutcase, but a really nice guy. And he's going to do quite well over on SmackDown, I think. But SmackDown's still looking for a big name. So the next one going to Nitro. Oh, I've got two there. I'll let go of that one. Next one going to Nitro. Oh, it's an interesting one. It's a very interesting one. It's going to be the man just below Tommaso Ciampa. It's going to be Triple H. So Triple H joining Nitro, which I've not decided the general managers yet, but I'm thinking if Triple H is a Nitro, then that could be Triple H's show, I think. And again, it's another big name for Nitro. Nitro's got a lot of stars on the go at the moment. So the next name out going to Monday Night Raw. Raw is picking up a lot of legends here, and they're going to pick up another one. It's going to be Mr. Rowdy Roddy Piper. Somebody, again, who can go for the upper mid-card championship, and somebody who I've got ideas in my head to maybe create his own stable. But we'll have to wait and see what happens on that one. The next name going to Thunder is going to be another former WWE champion. Somebody who has really gone off the boil of recent, though. Somebody who's really struggled the last couple of years, and that is going to be A man I cannot find because my alphabet's got it. It's going to be Jack Swagger. So Jack Swagger going to Thunder. Another decent pull for Thunder. They're doing pretty well. Right, so the next name going to Smackdown. Oh, it's a big one for Smackdown. They needed some more big names. And they've got one in the WWE Hall of Famer. The Ultimate Warrior. So Warrior is going to Smackdown. Where are you? Ultimate Warrior. So Warrior is now a member of Smackdown. Now, next name and going to Nitro is going to be... Ooh, another great upper mid-card guy. And somebody who I think actually was the WCW champion for a short period of time. It's going to be Mr. Diamond Dallas Page. Joining Nitro. And there we go. DDP. Now, next one. Joining Monday Night Raw is going to be... Oh, it's the big man. Monday Night Raw needed a big name like this. They really needed it. They were struggling. They got a lot of legends, but they needed a big, big name to bring it all together, and it is going to be Mr. John Cena. So Cena is drafted to Raw. It's going to help Raw's merchandise sales. And instantly, you see John Cena's been made the #1 contender for both the championships. Right, next one is going to be Thunder. And it is going to be this man right here. Oh, interesting one. Interesting. Not quite as big as some of the other ones they've picked, but the man just below Mr. John Cena is going to be Johnny Gargano. A guy who, again, I'm not 100% sure is officially drafted to NXT. He's not officially signed by NXT so far. Now, SmackDown need another big name here, don't they? Let's see what this piece of paper has for them. Oh, it is a big name. It is a very big name. Someone they'd be very happy to have a hold of, SmackDown. It's going to be the man at the very, very top of the list, I believe. If we get there. Oh, AJ Styles. AJ Styles joining the SmackDown roster. That's definitely going to boost them up. So, next. And joining Nitro. I've got two there. I'm going to drop that one. Oh, Nitro are going to get themselves another guy. Very, very close to AJ Styles. It's going to be Alberto Del Rio. So Nitro have really got an incredibly strong roster. Samoa Joe, CM Punk, Del Rio, Triple H, Kevin Owens. There's going to be a battle at the top of that roster for the championship. And now, joining Monday Night Raw, continuing on with the legend theme that Monday Night Raw seem to have, they're going to take Andre the Giant. Oh, I've knocked them over now. That's fine, they're not... Right, I can put them back in there, right. We've got this one, which landed on the floor, which is going to be going to Thunder. And it's going to be... Is it Thunder? It is Thunder next, yeah. It's going to be Ken Shamrock. So, a good name for Thunder there. Another strong mid-carder. And a potential tag team partner for Fit Finlay, should the draw work out nicely. Next name to come out of the hat and joining SmackDown is going to be... Oh, it's a massive one for SmackDown. They're going to love this one. A potential world champion for them in the shape of Mr. Shawn Michaels. So Shawn Michaels going to SmackDown. And all of these guys now getting a pretty strong roster on the go together. Right, so the next name to go to Nitro, if I can get it out. Oh, Nitro has got a... Of course, WCW were very, very renowned for their cruiserweight division. And Nitro have gone and pulled Neville. Somebody who I'd like to see at the very top end of that show. Find out for the upper mid-card championship or something else along them sort of lines. So next out, joining Thunder. No, joining Raw, sorry. And this is going to be interesting because it's a tag team I really wanted to put together. And the game seems to have given it to me as well. Joining Andre the Giant on Monday Night Raw is going to be the Big Show. So there's a potential tag team there of Andre the Giant and the Big Show, which I like the sound of. Right, so the next one going to SmackDown is going to be... Let me just double check that's right before I say it, because that's gonna look like I've fixed that, isn't it? So the last one we had for Thunder was Ken Shamrock. It is Thunder now, isn't it? Yeah. Last one we had for Thunder is Ken Shamrock, and I said it'd be great to have a tag team with Fit Finlay, and Fit Finlay is the next man drawn. So that's worked out pretty well. Let me just note that down so I remember to do it. Finlay and Shamrock. Andre and Show. So we've got 2 tag teams from this draw. That's worked out pretty well. Let's take you off undrafted. Right, next name out of the hat and joining SmackDown is going to be... Ooh, another strong upper mid-card guy for SmackDown. It's going to be Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig. That's a good one for SmackDown. There we go. Now, next, joining Nitro, the roster of death so far. You do not want to be drafted to Nitro if you're a big name, because you're really going to struggle to pick up any championships. But I don't think this guy's going to be looking for many championships. It's going to be Mr. Mikey Whipwreck. So Whipwreck is on Nitro. He's going to struggle there, I believe. So the next name out of the hat going to Monday Night Raw. Ooh, another. They're continuing on the legend theme at Monday Night Raw, as they are taking Big Van Vader. Where are you, Vader? There you are. So Vader is joining Monday Night Raw. It's very interesting. Next, joining Thunder. Ooh, another great name for Thunder. They've got a few big legends, and now they're picking up some of the younger stars as well. They're going for Mr. Apollo Crews. One of the guys I can really see being pushed to the hills in NXT coming up pretty soon. Once the likes of Sami Zayn and Samoa Joe and Finn Balor all move up to the main roster, I'm thinking Apollo Crews is going to do quite well. And I think he'll do quite well in our universe mode as well. Upper mid-card championships and maybe even world championship as well. Next name going to SmackDown. SmackDown have got a massive pull here. They're going to be very, very happy with this one. It is the cover star of WWE 2K16. Yeah, that's right. SmackDown have got Stone Cold Steve Austin. So which version of Stone Cold Steve Austin are we going to use? Going to use the current up-to-date one, I think. Yeah, we use the current up-to-date Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's going to SmackDown. So I think all the rosters now are starting to pick up quite a few big names that they'll be very, very happy with. I think Nitro have probably got the best roster to at the moment, and Thunder's pretty close as well. Now the next name going to Nitro is a man who used to work for WCW before being fired and joining the WWE. That is, of course, going to be William Regal. So again, another great upper mid-card potential champion there for, I would like to say this second, for Nitro. Joining Monday Night Raw. Ooh. Monday Night Raw will be very happy with this. They've got a lot of legends, but what they haven't got are a lot of young up-and-coming superstars, and they've got one now in the shape of Sami Zayn. So Sami Zayn joins Monday Night Raw. They'll be very happy with that. So next, joining Thunder. Well, he's a guy that can help build up the roster a little bit. It's going to be Savio Vega. You can't get all the best picks, I suppose, Thunder. Savio Vega is a good one to just build up the roster and build up other people as well, I suppose. Joining SmackDown, another big name. 2 massive, massive pulls for SmackDown, one after the other. They've gone from Stone Cold Steve Austin to the Animal Batista. See, I like the idea of doing this draft because it really does put together some feuds that really are out of the blue. Ones that we probably wouldn't think of ourselves. So Stone Cold Steve Austin and Batista could be feuding for that championship. Who knows? Next, to join Nitro. Ooh, another really good upper mid-card sort of guy. Someone that the first ever big wrestler I ever saw live was this guy, and it was Jake the Snake Roberts. So Jake Roberts joins Nitro. It's going to be a good pull for Nitro. They've got a lot of big world champion possibilities, and now they've got an intercontinental one as well. joining Monday Night Raw. We're going to continue on with the theme of Legends. And we have the potential of redoing a classic feud between this man, Ricky Steamboat, and of course the man that's been drafted, the Macho Man, Randy Savage. So Raw have really got a retro roster going on at the moment. Next name out of the hat, joining Thunder, is going to be another sort of cruiserweight, and someone that I never really saw wrestle live before. I never really watched wrestling at this point in time, but after looking back at him, he is actually a really good wrestler, someone that I actually really like, and that is going to be Mr. Brian Pillman. So Pillman joins Thunder. Looks like Thunder may have to consider having some sort of cruiserweight championship as well. Oh, the Raw. I've just ruined that, haven't I? Smackdown have pulled another massive name, and I did actually just say it right now. Smackdown have pulled Stone Cold Steve Austin, Batista, and now The Rock, one after the other. Which Rock are we going to use? Now, we are going to draft two versions of The Rock. We're going to draft The Rock as the Nation of Domination, and we're also going to draft The Rock as in Up-to-Date Rock. So, Up-to-Date Rock is joining SmackDown, which now means that SmackDown cannot draft the Nation of Domination as a stable. So is that a good thing for SmackDown, or is that a bad thing? They've got The Rock, but they've lost out on the opportunity of getting 5 wrestlers from one draft. Now, next, going to Nitro, is going to be... That's blank. I've not done that very well, have I? Right. We get rid of the blank one. The next one going to Nitro is going to be Rusev. So Rusev in Nitro. Now, Monday Night Raw. We're starting to run low on these singles names now. There can't be many picks left per brand. Oh, I've got 2. I'll put that one down. No. So Monday Night Raw have got themselves another legend. They're continuing on with this theme of legends. They have got Mankind, which means Raw can no longer draft Cactus Jack or Dude Love. But I think they'll be pretty happy with Mankind as well. Another potential world champion. Oh god, I've knocked a piece of paper everywhere again. Right, so joining Thunder is going to be... Oh, another great name for Thunder. Another potential world champion as well. A returning guy, not on this game, someone I have downloaded, and it is Eddie Guerrero. So Guerrero joins the Thunder roster. So next into SmackDown, it's going to be Mr. Tyler Breeze. I'm sure they'll be happy with that. It's an up-and-coming star, somebody who could be around about that upper mid-card championship, and somebody we can have some decent feuds with as well, I think. Tyler Breeze. So Breeze is on SmackDown. So next name out of the hat. There's already one on the table that fell out a second ago. For Nitro. Oh, Nitro. You just keep on just bringing big name after big name after big name. And we're going to continue the theme here with a real big up-and-coming star in the WWE. And that's going to be Hideo Itami. Can you imagine some of the feuds we're going to have? We've got Hideo Itami, CM Punk, Samoa Joe, Kevin Owens, all on the same roster. That's going to be incredible. So next, going to Monday Night Raw. Can they pick up somebody who's not a legend? Not that that's a bad thing, but... Raw have gone a little bit out of the box with this one. A guy that many people like to hate, but he's currently top of the WWE, and that is, of course, Roman Reigns. So Reigns... go into Monday Night Raw. It's going to add a little bit of variance to it. Next, joining Thunder. Oh, Thunder. Not only have Thunder got Sting, but now we can have the feud that we all want to see. It's The Undertaker is going to Thunder. That is going to be incredible. So next, going to SmackDown. SmackDown have pulled an up-and-coming guy who was a little bit confused when I watched NXT TakeOver Dallas the other day, because he was due to be in a match, but it never happened. So SmackDown have pulled Elias Sampson. Not a massive name, but an interesting one nonetheless. So next, going to Nitro. Oh, God, Nitro. Nitro is the place you want to be. They have now just pulled Mr. Chris Jericho. We're going to use up-to-date Jericho, which I think will be quite good. Now, going to Monday Night Raw. So we're not going to have Raw as Jericho anymore. Going to Monday Night Raw, and it's another name that they were going to be very happy to get. A very, very big name. Somebody who's very, very close to this guy as well, which is handy. It's going to be Daniel Bryan. So Daniel Bryan joining Monday Night Raw, and now Raw is really starting to build that roster up to the point they want to. So next is going to be Thunder. So what? Oh, who are Thunder going to get? Thunder have pulled another great name as well. Somebody who I'm very, very happy to have on Thunder, because I think he'll have some good feuds with The Undertaker and with Sting. It's going to be Dean Ambrose. I wonder where the other member of the Shield is going to end up. Of course, Mr. Seth Rollins. So now Smackdown are going to get... Oh, Smackdown are going to get another up-and-coming star from NXT. And it's just giving you an idea of something that I would like to do as well. Smackdown are going to get Ty Dillinger. So another decent name for them. They're really building up that mid-card, Smackdown are. And they've got some big names as well. So Smackdown is probably the most even roster. Probably the best, well, spread roster, should I say. And now another great name to go into Nitro. Somebody who's really going to bring out some good matches as well with some of these big guys. It's going to be Mr. Tyson Kidd. So great pull that is for Nitro. I'm really looking forward to playing Nitro. Their roster looks fantastic. Monday Night Raw drafts Tyler Breeze's former tag team partner. Yes, you've guessed it. Another name that can sit quite happily at the top of that roster. It's going to be Cesaro. So Cesaro on Monday Night Raw. Right, next. Joining the Thunder roster. They've had some good pulls, Thunder. And they won't be as happy with this one as some of the others. But again, it's building up that mid-card. It's going to be Mr. Fandango. Fandango joining Thunder. And I think we should use Fandango a little bit better than what he has been. Maybe we can get a little bit of a upper mid-card championship for him, maybe. Joining Smackdown. A former WWE champion. A former WrestleMania headliner. And somebody who's really gone off the boil. It's The Miz. So Miz on Smackdown. Right, next name for Nitro. Oh my word. Oh my word. Nitro. Nitro is going to be incredible. Joining CM Punk. Joining Kevin Owens. Joining Hideo Itami. And all those other big names is going to be Mr. Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh my god, Nitro. Nitro. Oh, I'm just... Oh, yeah. I'm so excited right now. Joining Monday Night Raw. Not quite as good as Shinsuke Nakamura. But a solid mid-carder nonetheless. Raw are going to be getting Mr. Bam Bam Bigelow. Where is Bam Bam Bigelow? There he is. I cannot believe bloody how good the Nitro roster is. Oh, God, that's incredible. Now, joining Thunder is a good name for Thunder, actually. Another really good name for going for the upper mid-card championship. It is going to be Mr. Ravishing Rick Rude. Where are you, Rick? There you are. So, good name for Thunder, actually. They'll be happy with that. Joining Smackdown is going to be someone that I've never used on this game. Somebody part of the Hall of Fame DLC. And somebody, I'm not entirely sure I'd say his name, is Tatsumi Fujinami. He is going to be joining Smackdown. He's 90 rated, so you never know. We'll have to give him his opportunity. So another name going to Nitro. As if Nitro couldn't get any better of a roster. They are going to be getting... I've got two. I'll throw that one back. Ah, freaking hell. It's a little bit outside what Nitro are going for at the moment, but it's still a really, really good pull for them. They have gained none other than Goldberg. So Goldberg going back to Monday Night Nitro. Oh, God, they're going to have some incredible matches here. And there are still some massive names that have yet to be picked in this draft. And this is, yeah, it's a bit ironic that we picked this guy straight after Goldberg, because going to Monday Night Raw is going to be Ryback. Not one of the massive names I was on about, but a decent guy to build up the roster nonetheless. Now, going to Thunder is going to be, ooh, another up-and-coming NXT superstar. Somebody that I think could have a really good feud, actually, with the likes of Sting and Undertaker as well, and even Dean Ambrose. It is going to be Baron Corbin. So Baron Corbin going to Thunder. So next, going to Smackdown is going to be... Smackdown can have him. It's going to be Dude Love. So I was just checking to make sure they could have him. So that means that Cactus Jack can only now be drawn to Nitro or Thunder. So Dude Love is going to Smackdown. Probably not the version of Mick Foley you really want, but still a good pick for Smackdown. They'll be happy enough with that. Next, out of the hat, and going to Nitro. Ooh. Another big name. Nitro are going to be so overpowered at the top of their roster. It's unbelievable. They're going for Mr. Ric Flair. So I think we might end up struggling, you know, on Nitro, just to give everyone the position on the card they want to have, because there's a lot of big names on there. So joining Monday Night Raw is a man they cannot have in the shape of Cactus Jack. So that is automatically going to make Cactus Jack Thunder's pick. So Thunder's going to get Cactus Jack, who... Let's draw another one for Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw are going to be very disappointed. They would have wanted Cactus Jack over this guy. Monday Night Raw are going to get Santino Marella. And Thunder are going to get Cactus Jack. So again, Cactus Jack, and there could be some good feuds here. They're really good. With obviously with Dean Ambrose and Cactus Jack, and Undertaker and Cactus Jack, and Sting, and there's going to be some really good feuds being created by this draw. It's really giving me a lot of ideas as we go through. So that's Thunder. Smackdown, there's not a lot of names left now though. There's only 5 names left after this one, and Smackdown have pulled an incredible name that they would have been very, very happy in getting. Smackdown have pulled the former WWE World Heavyweight Champion, currently injured and desperate to get him back, Seth Rollins. So Seth is going to Smackdown. Right now we have got 5 names left, which means that obviously Nitro is going to get 2 of these and everyone else is going to get 1, but then Raw will get the first pick of the tag teams. But Nitro aren't going to get... Oh, Nitro. Nitro is going to be incredible. Absolutely incredible. They've just pulled probably the biggest name left in the pot. Maybe even the biggest name in the pot from the beginning. Nitro have got Brock Lesnar. So Brock Lesnar joining CM Punk, Samoa Joe. Oh, God. Kevin Owens. Nitro is going to be insane. Right, going to Monday Night Raw. The last pick for Raw is going to be... Yeah, I don't think there was many big names left in there. But it's not a bad one for Raw. They picked Damien Sandow. So that's Sandow going to Raw. Going to Thunder. The last name going to Thunder in this singles draw. Oh, it's a good name for Thunder as well. Forgot this guy was still in there. It's Dolph Ziggler. So Dolph Ziggler makes his way to Thunder. Bit different for Thunder. The last singles name going to SmackDown is somebody who was actually the SmackDown champion for quite some time during the original roster split. It is going to be Mr. John Bradshaw Layfield. There we go. And the last name out of the hat, the last singles name out of the hat going to Nitro is going to be... Well, this is an interesting one because it's going to mean that this brand cannot get the Nation of Domination either. So Nitro have now just drawn Mark Henry. So that's Mark Henry on Nitro. So we now know the Nation of Domination must be drawn to either Raw or Thunder. So that is very interesting. So that is the end of the singles draft. Let's put that away. But do not worry, there's still a lot more to come as we move on to the tag team pot. Now, the first tag team is going to be drawn by Raw, since they're the next in the list. Now, as I said earlier on, there are some big names that you may have noticed have not been drawn yet, and that's because they're involved in tag teams or stables. So, yeah, that's going to be the good thing. Because you could possibly draw a team like Edge and Christian, and you get 2 potential world champions. You could draw... I can't think of any of the tag teams that are in there, but let's have a quick look. Let's go through. Right, Monday Night Raw. So it might get a little bit slower now because I've got to draft 2 people at a time rather than 1. Monday Night Raw have just drawn the exact names I just said. Raw have got Edge and Christian. So 2 really good names for them. Potential world champions, but definitely potential upper mid-card champions, the pair of them. But also, very, very good tag team. So Monday Night Raw will be very, very happy with that draw. Now, going to Thunder is going to be... Oh, one of my favourite tag teams at the moment. Well, I say one of my favourite tags. My favourite thing in WWE altogether at the moment. It's American Alpha. So American Alpha going to Thunder. Let's take you off undrafted. That's a big, big pull. I really like American Alpha. And there are things that I would like to do in the future which may greatly help Thunder off of the back of this as well. Now, going to Smackdown. The first tag team going to Smackdown is going to be... I don't think they'll be overly happy with this one. They would have preferred one of the stronger tag teams, but they're going to get the Bushwhackers. Just ignore the fact they've got a tag team championship at the moment. I can't take it off them for some reason until I've drafted everyone. So that's Butch and Luke, the Bushwhackers, going to Smackdown. Where are you, Butch? There you are. Boom. There we go. So next, going to the first tag team going to Nitro is going to be Blake and Murphy. So Blake and Murphy going to Nitro. Not a bad tag team for them. Of course, downloadable content on this year's game. And again, just ignore the tag team championships because they're not actually there. So Blake and Murphy. We are going to start the universe mode with all of the championships vacant. So every championship will be won. And Murphy. There we go. Next tag team going to Monday Night Raw, as I need to knock the pot over again, is going to be... See, Monday Night Raw are continuing on with the theme of legends as they take the natural disasters. So that is Typhoon. And of course, Earthquake. Now, I wonder whether singles-wise, Typhoon and Earthquake will be any sort of worry to any of the big names. I'm not quite sure how well they rate Earthquake on this game. Earthquake is rated as a 87, so you never know. Earthquake's got a potential of... who is that? It is Monday Night Raw, isn't it? Yeah. Earthquake's got a potential of maybe going on and getting a singles championship as well. Right, the second team heading to Smackdown. No, sorry, Thunder. And Thunder, sticking with the theme of good up-and-coming stars as well. Thunder have really got a mixture of legends and up-and-coming stars. They have got the Revival. So Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson. So yeah, they've got... I'm sure they drew American... See, I'm struggling now to remember who's drawn who, but I think they got American Alpha as well. So American Alpha and the Revival, of course, the Tag Team Championship match, which recently happened at NXT TakeOver Dallas. Now, the next tag team going to the SmackDown roster is going to be a tag team they'll be very, very happy to have a hold of. It's the Dudley Boys. So Dudley Boys going to SmackDown. Where are you, Devon? Devon! Where is your name? There you are. So Devon and Bully Ray going to SmackDown. Or Bubba Ray. Nice strong tag team. He wasn't in the undrafted pot. Next, going to Nitro. I've got 2 there. We'll drop that one. Oh, I bet Nitro will be hoping that I didn't drop that one. Because I don't think they could have got much worse than the Los Matadors. Who are Diego and Fernando. That's who they are. So Los Matadors joins Nitro. So Nitro now got Blake and Murphy and Los Matadors. They'll be hoping for a strong tag team to come out soon. Of course, we are going to allow trades between the drafts as well, and there will be draft matches and bits and bobs like that. So this is not going to be our final rosters, I suppose. The next tag team going to Monday Night Raw, continuing on once again with the Legends theme. They're going to be taking the Enforcers, which of course is Arn Anderson and Larry Zbyszko. So they really are going Legends-wise, old Monday Night Raw, aren't they? Larry Zbyszko. Right, the next tag team going to Thunder. Thunder's done well so far. They've got 2 young up-and-coming tag teams and maybe hoping to get one experienced one to put around them. And they have got just that. They have drawn one of the teams that came with the Hall of Fame pack, I believe, in the shape of Harlem Heat. So they're going to be getting Booker T. It's Thunder, isn't it? Booker T. And his tag team partner, Stevie Ray. So that's a big draw that is for Thunder, because not only have they gained an experienced tag team, but they've also got somebody in the shape of Booker T that can maybe go for that World Championship as well. So that is that's a very good pull for Thunder. And next, going to SmackDown, is going to be Demolition. So SmackDown have got themselves an experienced tag team as well. Axe and Smash. Where are we actually? We're in S, aren't we? So we'll get Smash while we're down here. So Smash. And so this video is going a bit longer than I thought it was going to, but there we go. You can go down that way. And Axe. So Axe is joining Smash on SmackDown. Next, going to Nitro, it's going to be the Vaude Villains, Aiden English and Simon Gotch. Very good tag team. Of course, like I said, ignore the championships because I can't take them off them for some reason at the moment. Until we've got all the rosters drawn, it won't let me get in the championship screen or anything because I emptied everything out. So that's Aiden English and Simon Gotch. Where are you, Simon? There you are. So you are joining Nitro as well. So the next tag team going to Monday Night Raw. Sticking with the Legends theme, as they like to do. I don't know how they're doing this. They have got Animal and Hawk, the Legion of Doom. So the Legion of Doom are going to Monday Night Raw. I'm very interested because obviously it's been difficult to keep track of who's going where as we've been doing this. But I'm very interested afterwards to go through these different rosters and have a look at just how many big names some of these have got. And just the way they're keeping themes as well. And the fact that certain guys I really wanted to feud together are on the same rosters. It's great. So to go into Thunder, the next tag team, they're going to go for another experienced tag team. Somebody they probably wouldn't have been overly happy getting. And can they have them? That's the interesting question. Let me just double check, make sure they can. Yes, they can. They're going to get Dusty and Dustin Rhodes as a tag team. Going to Thunder. I just wanted to check to make sure Goldust wasn't on the same roster, because of course Dustin Rhodes is Goldust. So next team going to SmackDown is going to be another good experienced tag team for them. It's going to be the New Age Outlaws, Billy Gunn, and where are you, Billy Gunn? I've completely lost the ability to do the alphabet this morning. Right, Billy Gunn. Where are we? We're on the SmackDown. Billy Gunn and the Road Dogg Jesse James joining that SmackDown roster. They'll be happy with that SmackDown. I think they will. Right, next team going to Nitro is going to be the Ascension, which is good. A team that I really like, but I just really sad they don't get used as much as they possibly could do in WWE. They were great in NXT, but they've not really given them a good enough go on the main roster, I don't think. And hopefully, if there is a roster split coming up after WrestleMania, then hopefully these guys will get a better chance to show what they can do. Connor. So Connor, you are Nitro as well. Right, the next team going to Monday Night Raw. We've only got 5 teams left after this. The next team going to Monday Night Raw, sticking, I suppose, with the Legends theme, but not quite as far back, is going to be, and again, it's a good one for them because they get potentially a couple of big names to the rosters. It is the Hardy Boys. Matt and Jeff Hardy are both guys that can go for singles championships as well quite easily. So that is an interesting one for them. Going to Thunder is going to be Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy. So a good team for Thunder, I think. I think they'll be happy with that. One of the most charismatic guys in the WWE at the moment, Enzo Amore. And Colin Cassidy, when I first saw Enzo and Cass team, I just assumed that that Enzo Amore was going to be the mouthpiece, and Colin Cassidy wasn't going to be very good on the mic. He was just going to be the big man in the background. But Colin Cassidy's actually very good on the mic himself as well. So next tag team going to SmackDown is going to be the team that I absolutely hate on this game because I can never tell which one is which. And for those of you who know my channel quite well, you know exactly who I'm on about. It's the Usos. So Usos going to SmackDown. Let's take you off undrafted. I probably missed a few of these undrafted ones, I bet. But the Usos going to SmackDown. Right, next team out going to Nitro. The last team for Nitro is going to be the Prime Time Players. So, of course, Darren Young and Titus O'Neil. And there's still rumours. Obviously, I'm recording this. I probably shouldn't be talking about this sort of stuff because by the time I've got this video edited and uploaded, it's going to be after WrestleMania. But I just wonder whether Titus O'Neil might have something to do with WrestleMania. This whole thing where he was suspended for touching Vince and this, that, and the other, it just seemed a bit strange to me, and I just wondered whether he might be involved maybe in the Hell in a Cell match, helping Shane win. I don't know, but we'll see. Well, you would have already seen probably. The last tag team going to Monday Night Raw is going to be going away from the legend status on this one. A young up-and-coming, fast-paced tag team in the shape of the Lucha Dragons. Now, a good tag team for Raw to have as well because they're both guys that can do a little bit of singles work as well. Obviously, Kalisto's the current United States Championship as I record this. Of course, he may have lost it now to Ryback at WrestleMania. I'm hoping he hasn't because that would just be a travesty to human beings. But that's a pretty good draw for Raw. And the last tag team out of the hat going to Thunder is going to be, it's going to be a guy that was so not over when he started at the NXT, but now he seems to be. It's going to be the Hype Bros. So the Hype Bros going to Thunder. And the next one is going to be Zack Ryder. So the best thing now that that Thunder have got here is they actually get the first pick of the stables. Of course, Nitro had the first pick of the single stars. Raw had the first pick of the tag teams. And now, yes, now Thunder have the first pick of the stables. Now again, stables-wise, you can probably guess there are some big names that haven't been drawn as yet. And that is because they're going to be involved in these stables. There are only 2, 4, 6, 8 stables. So each roster is going to get 2 stables each. Of course, we know the Nation of Domination could not be drawn to Nitro or SmackDown. So they have to go to either Thunder or Raw. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So the first stable going to Thunder. And there are a couple of dud ones in here. And it's not a dud one that is going to Thunder at all. Thunder have just drawn the NWO. So Thunder are going to be getting X-Pac. They're going to be getting... I probably shouldn't have gone that way, should I? X-Pac. Hollywood Hulk Hogan. So another big name for Thunder. They're going to be getting... Kevin Nash, 96. They're going to be getting Scott Hall. So this is really helping boost their roster up. And they're also going to be getting Mr. Paul White. So yeah, I didn't think about that. Obviously, NWO could not be drawn to Monday Night Raw as well because of having the big show already. So now we're going to have 2 big shows on the go. Of course, Paul White as part of the NWO. So that's a great draw for Thunder. They'll be very happy with that. So the first stable going to SmackDown, of course, they cannot have the Nation of Domination. If they do draw the Nation of Domination, they will instantly go forward past Nitro because they've got Mark Henry into Monday Night Raw. But what have SmackDown pulled? Oh, SmackDown will be very, very happy with this one. Very, very happy with this one. They've got themselves another big, big name that can go for that championship as well. SmackDown have pulled the Wyatt family. So Bray Wyatt into SmackDown. Braun Strowman into SmackDown. Eric Rowan joins the SmackDown roster. And you see the rosters are starting to get to a decent size now as well. We haven't even drawn the ladies yet. And Luke Harper. And again, some really big picks because Luke Harper is a potential world champion himself. Definitely upper mid-card as well. So, great picks for both SmackDown and Thunder. Are Nitro going to pick up a good pick as well? Of course, they can't have the Nation of Domination. If they pick that now, it will go straight to Monday Night Raw. Nitro have picked. Oh, Nitro are not going to be happy with this one. They've gained themselves an extra tag team, but at the same time, there were some really good names in that pot. Nitro have gained themselves the Triangle of Terror. Of course, Sergeant Slaughter, General Adnan. Where are you, General? Nitro. And Colonel Mustafa. So it's decent. There's another tag team on the go. They'll be happy to get an extra tag team just to boost up their roster. But with some of the names like, you see, SmackDown got SmackDown got the Wyatt family. Thunder got obviously NWO. So they would have hoped for better. Now Monday Night Raw, of course, they can have any stable, and they've picked a very, very good stable, sticking with their theme of legends. They have picked the Hart Foundation. So really good pick there by Monday Night Raw, boosting up their roster, taking Bret Hart, one of the biggest names in wrestling, the British Bulldog, Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Testing my memory, this is now. Nitro? No, it's not Nitro, is it? What am I doing here? Have I buggered this up? It is Nitro, isn't it? Did I put those guys in the wrong roster? I'll check that in a second. My mind's just gone completely blank there. We are doing Nitro, aren't we? So Nitro. Let me just check Bret Hart and British Bulldog, make sure I've done that right, because I look a right knobhead if I haven't. Bret Hart. So Bret Hart has joined. So Bulldog is on Raw. So I did do that wrong. I did do that wrong. No, I've not done that wrong. Sorry, my mind's broken. My mind is broken. So yeah, it's Monday Night Raw. I've got these two. So I've got to do the other two now. I apologise for that. My mind just completely went then. So Jim the Anvil Neidhart, you're on Raw. And Owen Hart is also on Raw. So Owen Hart, another great name that can go for the upper mid-card championship as well. I thought I'd missed him. Come on, where are you, Owen? Stop hiding from me. So Monday Night Raw. So the next stable going to be picked by Thunder. They can have any stable. We've got 4 stables left, so each roster's going to have one more. Oh, there's some big ones in here. I'm going to pick this one right here. There are also some dud ones in here as well. So going to Thunder. It's not too bad. It could have been worse, but it probably could have been better. Thunder have just pulled the New Day. So Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, and Biggie Langston are all going across to Thunder. Like I said, it could have been worse, but there are still, there's still a big one in there that I would love to get a hold of. Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Biggie Langston. So Biggie is there. On to Thunder. And the last one, of course, is Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston, there you are. So next, the last stable joining SmackDown. Of course, it cannot be the Nation of Domination. If they do, well, we now know, looking at the piece of paper in front of me, we now know that Nation of Domination has to be on Raw. But who has SmackDown got? Oh, SmackDown, you are going to be ecstatic with this one, my friends. the names that I was hoping to come out pretty soon. SmackDown have just drawn Bulletproof, Finn Balor, Doc Gallows, and of course, Mr. Carl Anderson. So SmackDown would be very, very happy with that pull. Which means I now know what the last two names in the hat are due to the process of elimination. And it's not gone well for... it's not gone well for Nitro. No, it's not gone well for Raw, sorry, Nitro. No, yeah, it's not gone well for Nitro. Yeah, it's not gone well for Nitro at all, because I know the last two names in the hat. Let's pull this one out. To go into Nitro is going to be... Yep, they've pulled it out themselves anyway. Nitro have just pulled the Social Outcasts. So, well, it's not great for them. When you hear some of the other names that have been knocking around, it was not great for them at all. So Heath Slater, Bo Dallas. It does boost their roster up quite a bit though, I suppose. Adam Rose. My mind's gone blank now. Who's the last member of the Social Outcasts? Bo Dallas, Adam Rose, Heath Slater, and, oh, of course, it is Curtis Axel. So, we now know, of course, let's just do it. The Nitro, you were in there. So now let's just pull the last name out of the hat just to make sure that I've not messed it up. Monday Night Raw have got the Nation of Domination. So the Nation of Domination going to Monday Night Raw. That is... Right. This is what I need to remember as well. D'Lo Brown is in the Nation of Domination. Farouk. We have got Karma Mustafa. Joining Monday Night Raw. Yep. My mind's gone blank again. We have got Mark Henry, the younger Mark Henry, which is you. Monday Night Raw. And the last but not least, of course, is a great pull for Monday Night Raw, actually, because they've got another potential world champion in the shape of The Rock. So that's a big one, that. That's all of the male superstars now drafted across all the rosters. So all that's left now is to draft the women. Now, we are going to have a separate women's division on every single roster. I do have enough names in here to probably have about 5 or 6 women on each roster. And, of course, as we go through, you never know, some more might turn up. Who knows? So let me just open this pot. Not too close to the microphone because it's blimmin' loud. And mix them all up. Now, there are, of course, some big names in here. And there are some smaller names in here as well. So it's going to be interesting to see who gets the best women's division out of all the rosters. So the last brand to pick first, of course... every brand has picked first so far, apart from SmackDown. So SmackDown are going to be getting... Oh, SmackDown, you've taken your first draft pick fantastically well. And they have drafted one of the legends on this game in the shape of Lita. So Lita is going to SmackDown. Can Nitro follow up with a big name as well? Nitro are going to be getting... Nitro will not be happy with that one. But, yeah. Nitro pulled Cameron. So that's Cameron going to Nitro. Next, going to Monday Night Raw. The first lady going to Monday Night Raw is going to be... Oh, interesting one. Very interesting one. It's going to be Nia Jax. I wonder what Nia Jax, if at all, will have any involvement in the Nation of Domination. Of course, cousins with The Rock. You never know. So that's the first lady to Monday Night Raw. Now, the first lady going to Thunder is going to be Naomi. So Naomi is going to Thunder. Right, so the second lady going to SmackDown to join Lita is going to be Alundra Blaze. Somebody I've not used on this game as of yet, so it'll be interesting to see how she gets on. How good she actually is. Where are you, Alundra? You'll be right at the top, aren't you? There you are. So you are going to SmackDown. And the second lady going to Nitro to join Cameron is going to be Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke going to Nitro. So interesting. I think she looks really good on this game as well. Look how accurate she looks. Next, going to Raw is going to be, again, I'm going to say this now because WrestleMania hasn't happened yet, but the current Divas Champion, Charlotte. Of course, chances are she's not going to be the Divas Champion right now because chances are Sasha Banks beat her at WrestleMania, but there we go. Right, so next, out of the hat and going to Thunder. Oh, Thunder will be happy with this one. They have got the former NXT Women's Champion, Bayley. That's a good one for Thunder. They'll be very happy with that. Continuing the theme of top young up-and-coming women. Or up-and-coming superstars in general. Next name going to SmackDown. The third lady going to SmackDown. It's going to be AJ Lee. SmackDown's women's roster is going to be fantastic. They, of course, have got Lita, who is AJ Lee's idol when she grew up. Alundra Blaze and AJ Lee. So that's a cracking female roster that SmackDown have got here. Next, going to Nitro. Nitro are struggling for big female names in this draw. They've got Alicia Fox. So Alicia Fox to Nitro. The next one going to Monday Night Raw. Ooh, another nice name to pull out of a hat for Monday Night Raw. They are taking Becky Lynch. So Becky Lynch going to Monday Night Raw. The next name going to Thunder. Of course, they got Bayley last time. Who are they going to get this time? It's not a bad name either, really. They've pulled out Emma. So Emma is going to Thunder. So the next lady is going to be going to SmackDown to join a roster of very difficult women that she's probably not going to be able to beat. And it's going to be Summer Rae. So Summer Rae is really going to struggle on SmackDown. Summer, where are you? Summertime. Where are you, Summer? You're down here somewhere. There you are. Summer Rae joins SmackDown. So the next lady going to Nitro. Nitro could use a big name here. They've got Brie Bella. So Nitro take Brie Bella. Of course, the Bellas are not going to be drafted as a tag team. They're going to be drafted separately. But there's still an opportunity they could end up together. You never know. So Brie Bella to Nitro. Going to Raw. They got Charlotte last time. And now they've got Tamina Snuka. Good name for Raw. And somebody who I think is going to be quite an interesting sort of feud alongside Charlotte, maybe. Two very strong women. So, ooh, Tamina. And Tamina, Charlotte, and Nia Jax is going to be a pretty good mixture for Raw, actually, as well. So next, going to Thunder, is going to be Carmella. Now, I can't remember off the top of my head, but did Thunder get Enzo and Cass? Because if they did, that's going to work out really, really well. I'll have to have a double check. I'm not 100% sure. I can probably look at it here. Colin Cassidy. Yes, Thunder got Colin Cassidy. And now they've also got Carmella as well. So keeping that little stable together, which is quite nice. Going to SmackDown. Oh, another big, big name for SmackDown. They're going to have a very, very strong women's roster. SmackDown have drawn Natalya. So this is going to be a really strong female roster over on SmackDown. There we go. Next, going to Nitro, once again, is going to be... Oh, God. Oh, God. The name nobody really wants to draw out of the hat in this situation. Eva Marie. So Eva Marie is going to Nitro. Next, going to Monday Night Raw. Ooh. Somebody's going to get their head kicked off as Asuka makes her way to Monday Night Raw. That is a strong roster, Monday Night Raw. Raw and SmackDown definitely with the stronger women's rosters. So going to Thunder, they could do with another big name. Oh, they've got another big name. Thunder have got Trish Stratus. So now that roster's looking stronger as well. But it is a long way down the list. And I do promise we are coming towards the end of this draft now. And then after that, of course, we will upload a quick sort of a preview episode of each roster just to show you who everyone drew. Now, there are 4 names left in the pot, so every brand is going to get 1 more draft pick. So here we go. The last pick for SmackDown. They're going to be happy with this one. It's Paige. So Paige is going to SmackDown. So I think the women are getting nicely spread out, actually. There's a lot of talent going to each roster. Next, going to Nitro. The last pick for Nitro is going to be Layla. Again, Nitro would have hoped for maybe a stronger pick, but it's the way the cookie crumbles. The last pick for Monday Night Raw. I know one of these names in here. Ooh, and that's the other one that I wasn't remembering. It's going to be Alexa Bliss going to Monday Night Raw. And I think Blake and Murphy went to Nitro, didn't they? So Alexa Bliss and Blake and Murphy are now split up. And the last pick, who, if I've done this correctly, I know exactly who will be going to Thunder, is going to be... I've not done this correctly. So Thunder are going to be getting Nikki Bella. Which means there is actually one name that I've missed. Which is a bit of a funny one. Nikki Bella, Nikki Bella, Nikki Bella, where are you? Nikki Bella, there you are. So you are joining... Was that SmackDown? Was it SmackDown? No, it was Thunder, wasn't it? It was Thunder. But, of course, like I just said, there is someone that I'm pretty sure I've missed. So let's draft her now straight away. It, of course, is Sasha Banks. I don't know how I've missed Sasha Banks. So what I am going to do now is I'm going to look away from the screen. I'm just going to hit the D-pad round and round and round and round in circles and see what one she lands on. Is that working? Yeah. So I'm still spinning, spinning, spinning. Sasha Banks is going to wrestle on this roster. Thunder. Oh, interesting. Thunder gets Sasha Banks. Very interesting. So that is the last name drawn out of the pot. So that is everybody drafted. I will have a quick look off camera just to make sure everyone is on a roster. But yeah, that's the end of our draft. We've got some really good rosters put together there for Nitro, Raw, SmackDown and Thunder. Of course, I will be uploading a quick sort of preview episode on each roster just to show you exactly who is on there, what the championships are, the pay-per-view format, the show formats, all that sort of stuff will be coming up pretty damn soon. But I hope you have enjoyed this draft. It's been really fun for me, actually. I've really enjoyed it, and I think it's going to be very interesting. I'm just going to do a lot of the setup now and get everything sorted out, and then, like I said, I'll be straight back with you with those preview episodes, and then we'll get straight into our universe mode. I've been Shabby Gamer. If you have enjoyed this, then please hit that like button, especially if you're excited for this upcoming series. I really am now after this draw. I think it's going to be really, really good. And, of course, if you are new around here, be sure to subscribe because a lot of this will be being uploaded over the next few weeks and months, hopefully, coming up to the 2K17 release. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all very, very soon for our preview episodes.